This is the beginning of businesses. This is the beginning of the uprising of the believers. Look at somebody and tell them, this is our beginning. We just celebrated 8 years of ministry. Tap somebody and tell them it's the 8th day. I know who I am now. Famine hit the land. And the Bible says that one day young son went to the bank to withdraw some money because he had a whole bunch of it. But the banker said, you got an overdraft. The worst feeling is to go to the bank. Now you know how much you had in that bank. And you're going to go to the bank and curse out the teller. You're going to go to the grocery store knowing good and well that you ain't got nothing on your debit card and get mad with the cashier because they say, listen, I can't take this. It's been denied. How dare you go to the mall? How dare you go to the restaurant and spend $100 and you know you only got $50 in that account? The banker says, no money, young son. So it is here the young son, because he spent a whole bunch of money on his women. Certainly they got his back. But you know how it is. When you ain't got it no more, don't nobody want to be bothered with you. Oh yeah, they calling your name now because you look like you got something. But mess around and get broke for a couple of days. See how many friends you got. You better watch these friends. They there. You mess around and get sick for a couple of days. They may be there for a couple of days, but stay sick too long. See who show up at the hospital after a month. So young son was a casualty of the famine. And even his homeboys who he put on his camel with the 20s, bought them the bling bling, his entourage, even now they're rejecting him. And the Bible says now that young son has become a product of his environment. One day young son was on his way to find somebody to help. One day he was just out looking around, trying to find food, what am I going to do now? Can I foreclose on my house? Can I repossess my car? I maxed all my credit cards out. And the friends that I thought I had, they done tripped on me. So while young son was out trying to figure it out, this is Jared's version now. Some fellas happened up on him. And what he had left, they beat young son. They stripped young son, took his ring, took his money, took everything that young and left him beat up and bruised. Left him with nothing. You know why? Because Satan will get you out there. Oh, yeah. He'll put you up in a house. Come on, somebody. Don't you know that Satan can work miracles? You haven't read Revelation when the Bible says here that the beast took a wound in his head. Because whatever God does, Satan got to counterfeit it. Yeesh. Whatever God does, Satan wants to try to duplicate it. Why? Because he wants to be God. He's still mad for getting evicted. Still mad because God kicked him out of heaven. And that's why he comes against you. Because here you are. You've taken his place. Young son is now in a bad state. No money, no friends, no hope, no college tuition, no nothing. And so he resorts to something that is not in his upbringing. He got to go get a job. Bible says one day he goes to a citizen and he says, "Sir, I need a job." Citizen looks upon him and says, "Hey, come with me, son. I got something for you to do. See these pigs here? I want you to feed my pigs." And the Bible says that young son who had everything is now at the bottom of the barrel. Oh, shit. How many young talented black brothers and sisters do you know who had everything but threw it away for one night of sexual ecstasy? Here right now in our city, the STD has become an epidemic in our young teenage girls, where at least 3 out of every 10 teenage girl has a disease. So one day, father sees young son coming from afar, see him messed up, see him battered, torn, and scarred. But he opened his arms because the Father still loves me.